Okay, I think I got everything set up correctly. Hello, hello. Okay, today this will be a first for this channel. Gonna be putting together Warhammer today, which is going to be interesting because I'm not very good at putting together Warhammer, but this will be my third army, so we'll see how it goes. We're gonna be putting together 10 Sicarians, and we're going to be doing their bases, which will be similar to this kind of base. Let me see if I can get that in better focus. There we go. I have some already primed and ready skulls. I have some like beastman skulls and human and some orc skulls. I have a demon skull. We're not really gonna put the kind of like the sand looking texture here. We're not gonna put that on, and we're probably not gonna put too many of the rocks on, but we might, who knows, we'll figure it out. Just to give like an idea, this is like my Imatech. He's very rough. He's not super great, but I'm happy with him. He's like, he's a model. I made him. For comparison, here's like one of my mom's models where she is starting Tyranids. So she went with a lot of kind of like gold, and she wanted a lot of pinks in there. I think this is Screamer pink. It might be Pink Horror. I can't remember. And if I can get him over here, like this is my Knight Abominant. Plasma looks awful. I didn't do anything here. I literally just painted it one color. I'm gonna change that with this Mechanicus army. But overall, I was pretty happy with my Knight Abominant. Nothing crazy, just a knight. Ooh, oh, hang on. Let me see if I can get this. One moment. Oh, please stay there, bud. Stolas! It is a fluffy boy in his pumpkin for Halloween. Oh, what a floofster. Okay, we'll check back in on Stolas in some time. Give me a moment just to get this back. I'll probably be like muting myself when I actually start like cutting or like anything like that, just so that nothing like it doesn't get too, oh god, now that I've undone this, it is not wanting to work with me. Let's see if that works. That's fine. Okay. First thing I just need to do is I really just need to put a magnet on the bottom of this space. This is just some cheap super glue. I don't use plastic glue because super glue you can literally rip apart basically, and models and everything else will be completely fine when the super glue is ripped apart. Plastic glue is great, I just don't like it. I'm not a fan. Let that just dry over there. Okay, let me also move Imatech and some of those guys away just so that I don't bump them. And yeah, first box of Sicarians. We're going to be doing Ruststalkers. We're not going to be doing Infiltrators. I have been told many times that that was a bad idea, which it kind of is objectively, because infiltrators are not going to be able to score as effectively. These are the Ruststalkers, and the Ruststalkers' main thing is they have dev wounds. If you don't play the game, don't worry about it. That just means they kill real good, and they get 50 attacks if there's the full group of 10. So I have 4 boxes of these guys, because I have 2 groups of 10 Sicarians, and yeah, I'm just going to start building those now. I just had to fix a cord real quick, but yeah, so Sicarians, I like them. I kind of want to see if I have any Necron transfer sheets left, to see if, because my first army was Necrons, my second was Thousand Suns, and now I'm doing Mechanicus. And I want to see if I can get a Necron transfer sheet to kind of say this is, because I also have Call. I want to say that Call and Trazen kind of had a little agreement, and Call has his own kill cord of, I think that's what they're called, of Sicarians that keep getting up after they die. That's kind of my little headcanon lore for why these guys won't go down. And we'll just see how it goes from there. I have a few files and stuff to clean these guys up. I have not found my my X-Acto knife, but it's fine. I'm not too worried about anything getting too busted or anything. I'm not like a professional painter. I'm not going to worry about making sure everything is right. Although I am already failing to see where legs are. Here they are. We can do some pretty interesting basing stuff, actually, because their legs go out far, like extremely far, to like the edges of their base, which is interesting. I really like that. So here, let me actually just get the, you can see right like there, their legs go all the way really far to the edges of their bases. Even the Princeps, his legs go all the way really far. So we can put a lot of stuff in the middle, which is nice. And I have some, let me grab those real quick actually. I have some different tufts. Probably, oh, these are the same type of tuff. Hang on. There it is. These are the ones I wanted. The corpse grass. This is more of what I would like to have on their base. So we'll leave that out. Okay. The magnet on the bottom of this base is done. So, nice. I just have a metal container I keep them in so that they don't fly around, especially because Mechanicus models are notorious for breaking. So, keep that. Let's just start getting some of these edges to be a little nicer, just a tad. Might have to do that a bit more later, but for now that's fine. Just want these to be decently smooth so that they kind of bind together a bit easier. There we go, that's good. I have 50 Scutari. 50 Scutari that are all going to be Rangers, no Vanguards. Go fuck yourself. I'm not taking advice. I am not taking Vanguards. I do not like Vanguards. I hate the way they look. I like the way Rangers look. So we are taking Rangers. Also, I think it's funny to have 50 units with Scout, so they can all rush the center of the board. Is that a good idea? God, no, but it's a funny one. These Sicarians, too, are more gonna be... The way I think of them in the army is more of like assassins. Like, I want them to be going after characters, because their weapons have precision. So they can go up to, say... I have a friend who's taking Abaddon. Abaddon is a very scary person in melee. You do not want to fuck with him in melee. But I have 20 Sicarian Ruststalkers who all get 50 attacks with dev wounds and precision, so they might be able to kill him. Now, if he lives, he's gonna clap back and murderize most, if not all, of the Ruststalkers, who only have 1 health each, but it's fine. It's what they're there for. I want to be careful here. There's a mold line on top of this stalker's head. I wonder if I should just keep... There's a little divot here on his head that's from the from where I clipped it. But I think I might just keep it there and just kind of argue that it's meant to be. I do want to spend some time on these. These are on the backpack. They're these 2 little vials on each side. And I want to make those as best I can, kind of like a neon or like some sort of bright green. Kind of make it seem like chemicals are being pumped into them. That's my goal anyway. Okay, now for the actual hard part. Getting these to fit together properly. Okay. So you look like you go about there. That looks right. Get down. There we go. That feels better. Okay. The main thing with these legs that I'm realizing is they're almost, well, they're hooved. It's a hooved foot, and oh, I need to actually shave that off. But I always forget their feet are hooved, so it is interesting to see, like, it makes sense. The Mechanicus are smart enough to kind of have them be these hoof foot monstrosities, but it's fine. That should be good enough. What about this foot? Just a tiny one. I need to get some different actual grits for files and stuff, like maybe sandpaper actually, because that would have a better grit to choose from. You don't have to do this either. You can just be more careful when cutting the model and not have to go through what I'm doing. But I just want them out immediately so I can use them. I'm also just using this like cheap super glue I found online that I could buy in bulk. I have a literal whole tub of it. Oh, and I wonder if the camera will. It will! My actual Mechanicus dice. I love those dice. Let's roll one real quick. Nah, 5. One more. Okay, nat 1. Got it. That's fine. That would have been nice if we got a 6 and then a 1, but can't win them all. Let's see. This foot goes towards... Actually, I'm trying to figure out which foot goes where. I think this one goes here, it looks like. Possibly? Oh, they're in like a hunch. Okay, so both feet would be up like this. And then the torso, now that I'm looking at the manual, looks like they're almost hunched over. And the legs are spread so far apart. Okay, yeah, but the knees do go out this way, so yeah, this is the right direction. So let's get that going. There are a few models I want to actually create. I don't want to fully assemble them before painting them. Mostly my Rangers. I want my Rangers to be separated before I paint them. Belisarius Call, I want separated. That's about it. The Sicarians, the Onagers, the Scorpius, and most of the heroes can all be painted fully assembled. I'm fine with that. Okay, before this is fully dry. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It looks a bit weird right now, but I get what it's going for. They're gonna be standing on literally the hoof. Like I'm trying to use the camera. There we go. Like just the hoof. So it is gonna be a very odd scenario that they're in, but if I can get the other one just to sit so I can see So yeah, if that one's like that, then this one has to go... Hold on. This is the right leg, right? Yeah, okay. God, I'm already second guessing myself. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Just the way this fit, it looks so weird, but I guess when the model's fully... I mean, I guess they are meant to look really weird. They are not a organic model. They are meant to be a monstrosity created... Like, Sicarians are weird. I love Sicarian Ruststalkers, but their lore is fucking... I mean, they're basically the Dreadnoughts. No, that's not a good analogy, but they're similar to Dreadnoughts in that they are wounded soldiers taken by the Mechanicus and, like, reconfigured into these monstrosities. So, let's see if this leg will go the way I want it to. It's not really binding the way I want it to. I may have accidentally filed off a portion of it. Well, that could work. He's gonna have a really weird gait, like a really weird walk, but I mean, it should be fine. The more monstrous they look, the better, actually. Okay, yeah, that actually works. He's... I don't want to mess up. I don't want the legs to fall off. It looks really odd, but that is kind of their whole deal. They're kind of supposed to sit on... Let me put him down really carefully and then show the box art again. Oh, I guess I could just show. Like, their legs are meant to be very far apart. Like, extremely far apart. So I may have gone a bit overboard with this one, but I still like it. Interesting. The backpack does not have a little... Usually the backpacks have like a little divot in there that you could shove in so it'd be easier to put on, but no, this one is just 2 holes that you just kind of put together and hope. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna do this just off so I can get the right amount on here. There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna be going, once I get everything assembled and like ready to paint, which will not be today. Today is just gonna be assembling, and we might do some bases, but I'm mostly just going to I'm going for the Triplix Foul Forge World, which is a lot of gray and yellows, like deep yellows, so we'll go for that. I'm gonna try and do the cog pattern as best I can. I am not a professional painter, but we'll try. Freehand has never been my strong suit. Does he stand on his own? He does indeed stand on his own. Okay, good sign. Let me try to see if I can get this in a good position to show. I love their mask. Their fucked up gas mask with their multi-eyes, or the lenses. Kind of like oxygen tube. Well, we don't actually know what they are. They could really be anything, but let me just make sure I am doing this right. Yes, okay, we do put the head on, and then we choose the arms, and we are going with transonic blades. We are not doing... I think it's called a Chord Claw? Hold on. the back of the book does not say. And my phone is currently recording hand cam, so I cannot actually check right now. I mean, I could go and just grab my codex, but meh, it's fine. That's gonna be fun. I just got super glue in between my fingers. Huzzah! It's not a Warhammer day if you don't get super glue on your fingers. Put that down. As we find the next pieces. So, he is not a princeps, so he just gets 2 transonic blades. Okay. These are the bigger ones, 36, 37. Oh, there. Buying this army, by the way, it hurt. It hurt a lot. I used some money I was saving plus a school refund and bought this army and was like, I'm actually gonna try this time instead of this. Although I do love my Necrons, me and my friend lovingly refer to them as my shitcrons, but we're not gonna repeat that. We're gonna actually try to do a nice paint scheme. I'm going to try to make it. I'm not a big fan of the weathered look on a lot of Mechanicus vehicles. I understand it, but I don't know. I kind of want this to look like this is a Forge world that prides themselves on, after every battle, repairing, because I want them to be more of like a defensive Forge world. They don't really leave often because they're on the outer fringes. That is part of their lore, that they're out on the fringes, and I mean, they hide stuff from the other Mechanicus worlds, especially Mars, and that could be why Belisarius Cawl is showing up, even though I am still going to give Belisarius the same paint job, so take that however you will. We're looking for 26, 27. Let's see. 26, 27. Found them. I'm in no way like a professional. I'm in no way good at this, but it's just fun. Let me just make sure this is the right one. Yeah, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's the same arms, even if he was going to have the, I think it's a Chord Claw, I don't remember the name of their weapons. File those down. Oh, and, something funny. I showed this at the beginning, but still. This is my mom's first model, and I thought it was funny because she kept saying that it was bad, and I kept sitting there telling her that I actually really liked the color scheme and everything. And then she was like, I don't know, I don't like it. And I was like, so you want to stop? And she goes, no, I want more. And I was like, okay, well, which ones? Oh, hello, Spider. And she was like, I want because I was watching the Tithes in the living room, and she goes, I want the little ones with the guns. Just like, Termagants? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we have a box of Termagants on the way that she will hopefully be building. Okay, it's not too bad. I kind of like, I think I went a bit overboard with his legs. His legs are a little wide, but I kind of like it because he still, oh, well, I was about to say he still stands, but, yeah, he still stands, but we'll see. So, I do want to see, how do these hands, it looks like they just, do they literally just, like, clip on like that? Let me see how the box is holding them. Okay, so the arm will be out, and the claw, or the blade will be going like that, I think. Sorry I'm doing this off camera, I'm just trying to get this to fit properly. Oh, that might be a problem, I see. I need to clip a bit. Every army I've moved on to, I started with Necrons, the easiest to just, you take a Necron, you dump him in paint, he's good. That's it. You made a Necron. Congrats. Then I went to Thousand Suns. Fuck Thousand Suns trim. That's too much. Their trim was awful. It made me have so much pain. And now I'm doing Mechanicus, who are not, I'm not going to say hard to build, just, they're delicate. That's the thing. They're delicate. We'll say that. Let me also see, do I have any, what am I looking for? Oh, I do. Okay, cool. For when we do bases, I have this whole thing of just little wood chunks and rocks that I can pull from. Plus some, they're a little hard to see. Let me pull one out. I already have some primed skulls, which we can just like dab and, ooh, something wrong with that? Oh no, he just has a horn. That we can just like slather a new shop T-bone and then like some sort of flesh shade or something. And I already took all the Sicarian bases and just gave them a very quick, just prime, just in case I want to do bases. If these Sicarians don't crush my will to live with the amount of things I have to do with them. Because I'm currently just having to like keep slowly chipping away tiny pieces because I am bad at clipping these guys and they just end up being a tad hard to put together because they like to fit together a certain way, and if you don't do that you get some weird things like our long-legged friend here, but it's kind of funny. Need this one. I think the funniest thing about my army is I keep being told it is not competitive, and I agree, it is not a competitive army, the list I made, but it is exactly 2,000 points, and it is not Skitarii Hunter cohort, it is Rad Zone, which nobody wants to take Rad Zone, but, well, that's a lie, people do enjoy Rad Zone, but it's the non-competitive option, I believe. And yeah, I didn't really care. I just liked the idea of a bunch of Skitarii running around with, yeah, there's a bunch of Skitarii running around with radiation falling from the sky. Let's see if... Okay, that fits pretty okay. Let's get the arm actually on. I'm a very slow builder. I'm not very good it building, I get caught up on a lot of stuff, so this is going to take a while. That should be smooth enough. Just make sure those fit together okay. Yeah, they fit together fine. Okay. If I do make any like major mistakes too, I have green stuff, so I can always just fill in gaps I've made, or any mistakes can be fixed with the glory of, I think it's right here, yep. Green stuff. Gotta love green stuff. It's great. And while I wait for this arm to set, I think I am going to use the Mordian corpse grass instead of the whatever the other one was called. That's how much I don't like that one. I always forget its name. And for I just realized I can't really open some of my paints without knocking the camera. The arm should be set by now. Yep. That doesn't look bad. Let's see, it should be this blade, I want to say. Or maybe it is this one. Yep, it's this one. Okay. I just want to file this one down just a tad bit more. Just in the hopes that it'll bind a bit easier. Okay, now the long process of holding this sword on until it's set. It's gonna be a long day. Or not. Okay, that's set pretty fast. Looks okay too. Oh, hang on. Let me do this without waking him. Stolas. It is the cat, Stolas. Look at him, he is amazing. We will check back in on Stolas at another time. Okay, time for hell. I mean, we gotta wait for that arm to set a little bit more anyway, but I gotta make sure the camera is tight enough and is in a decent position. That's good enough. And let me just get this cord settled. Sorry, I had to show the cat. The cat is wonderful. Okay, now for the other arm. File this just a bit more. Let me change the light modes on my... There we go. A little bit brighter. I can already feel the super glue on my fingers. I am terrified now because it usually isn't bad, but now I've fucked up and it is now like in the webbing of some of my fingers. I don't know how that happened, but that is scary. Not really, I'm just overreacting. There we go. Okay. Now we just hold on to this sword until it sets. I kind of like the idea of them having the swords raised. Like they're just drug-fueled maniacs. Which is kind of what they are. I mean, they're basically just half-dead Mechanicus soldiers that have been taken off the battlefield and told, hey, do you want to go fight for the machine god's glory? They said yes. There we go. Our first finished Sicarian. He is not the Princeps, he is just a normal Sicarian. Just a normal Sicarian rust stalker. With transonic blades. And hooves. And just to kind of show, I think their bases are bigger than the characters, but that should show you what I was talking about before with their feet are very far to the edges of the base. So yeah, that will be an interesting thing to base. We can put some rocks and some skulls and some tufts of grass and stuff. It'll be fun. First one done. Time for the second one. Okay, we're looking for body 4. There it is. Alright, then legs 6 and 5. There. Now I'm thinking about it, I don't think I have any more Necron transfer sheets, but I might have some Necron bits lying around, which would be fun. I actually have a friend, I need to have him sift through the bit box because he said he wanted some of my Necron parts, and I'm now realizing, because he's Orc, so Orc players always love to take other bits from other races and use them and just make the weirdest weapons because they're Orcs, you can do that. And I'm now realizing I'm going to have stub carbines that I'm not using, power weapons, all of the, because I'm using neutron lasers on my Onager Dune crawlers, so that'll be Icarus arrays, eradication beamers, all of that he can use. So that will probably make him happy. Then I have some Knight parts in there from that Knight Abominate kit I had, so he can look through those as well. 17, this one right here. I need to get some better clippers. These clippers are not great, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, and then the head, and that is 22. Other sprue. 22. There he is. There we go. Okay. Same thing as last time. Oh. Nice sleepers. Stolas the cat has decided to come out of his pumpkin. Hang on, let me... 1 second. Oh, that's upside down, isn't it? No, it's not. Stolas. How are you, Hellcat? How are you doing? Are you happy in your pumpkin? Do you care about Warhammer? No? Okay. Stolas does not care for Warhammer. He cares for treats, and that is all. Give me 1 moment just to get this set back up. Oh, I'm moving so slow, but I don't really care. I'm having, it's like, this is just relaxing, because it's been pretty stressful lately, but I did have some fun purchases. I did make a very important purchase recently that was stressful. School has been kicking my ass lately. Not that it's been hard, more that just it's been annoying. But the refund helped curb a bit of that. I'm hoping for... my main goal here, by the way, is if I finish an entire new army, which I wanted, because I love my Necron army, but I don't know, I kind of, after 9th edition, I kind of lost the want to play them, because when 10th rolled around, everything changed, and I was kind of like, I don't know, I got kind of just bored, if that's the right word, but then I tried Thousand Suns, never played a game with them, built them, was happy with them, never played a game with them. Mechanicus, I love the way they look, and I love the way they play, and that's what I want. So, if I build this whole Mechanicus army here, on stream, with everybody else, I can show my friend, Az, who also has an army, Chaos Army, who has not finished said army, and go, I did mine on stream, you're addicted to streaming. Stream doing this. Build army. Then we can play. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, but it might. Who knows? I mean, I am probably just gonna end up going down to like my local shop and just play a few matches. Which sadly I have no real easy way to like stream that. I don't really want to like force a random person to be like, hey, can I stream our match to strangers? Like a lot of those people would be cool about it. I know a few of them. They're really nice, but you know, just setting that up and then I don't know, just feels a bit off to me. That should be okay. So let's get the legs on. Okay, so again, it's like a hoof, so it's weird because putting the leg on the normal way would be awful. So these Sicarians, I mean, I love them, but I mean, they got a fucking 8-inch move, and then they can't advance and charge, but they get a +2 to their advance roll if they're within 6 inches of a battle line unit. So there's the possibility that if somebody scouts something, they could immediately get into a fight, which is pretty cool. I like that. That should fit fine. There we go. Okay. Now we wait for the glue to do its thing. And probably, now I'm thinking about it, I need to get a good, like... I need to find a way to get another camera, just like small, that I can have just constantly on like Stolas's pumpkin, that I can have Stolas cam. But right now I have a webcam that I'm using for face tracking, and then I have my phone, which is doing the hand cam. And it's already getting pretty crowded cable-wise near the computer, so... yeah, not sure how that's gonna go. Ooh, leg, I molded that leg just a bit too much down. Okay, it's not bad. It's not great, not bad though. Let me just get a bit more, just a tiny drop of glue in there, just to seal that a bit. Okay, let that sit with his wonky leg. All these guys are gonna have wonky ass legs, and I refuse to apologize. It's that whole meme of like, we have the technology to reconstruct him. Are we going to? Nah, it costs too much money. Look, we're not making RoboCop here. We're making mechanical, augmented humanoids who are meant to assassinate key officials and hunt servitors that went rogue. That is what we are building right now. They are not meant to be pretty. Oh boy. Oh, his legs wonky. Oh, I love it. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. It's not supposed to be that way, but I'm fine with it. I like how wonky his legs are. They built him wrong. Okay, we let those dry for a minute. While that dries, this is an awful model. Not an awful model. It's a great model, but I painted it pretty bad. The cannon, especially. Everything else I'm actually pretty happy with. But this is my knight, and like I tried to do some freehand stuff with like blood. I ran out of like a flesh shade, and because my buddy does orcs, I was like orc flesh, so I just did like a green. I'm okay with the knight. I think I didn't do any like fancy colors or anything. The cannon looks awful, but the basing literally was just like I just got some like coasters of cork, or like cork coasters off Amazon. Tried to make like a lava base, failed, and yeah, that was how my knight came out. My Necrons are all just brass. They are just straight brass, every single one of them, which isn't too bad because they're Necrons. You can literally paint them almost any color and they look great because they're Necrons. They are meant to be one shade, really, with some like green or whatever color you want their energy to be. Oh shit, I see now. Okay, the backpacks do have a locking mechanism. It's not great, but it's an actual, like, there's a cut in the circle on the actual back, and then the backpack has the divot that goes in, so it's not as good as just like a little straight piece that I could have put glue on, but it still works. That backpack's gonna fall off, I can feel it, but let's put a bit of, oh shit. It wouldn't be Warhammer if I didn't drop a model. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we just hold this for a bit. And then next we just gotta do the transonic blades. And that'll be our second Sicarian. Oh, I forgot. We still have to put his head on. I was gonna make a headless one. Damn. These aren't bad. Like, these aren't bad to put together. They're not super easy, but they're not hard either. They're just... To accentuate my point, he fell over. But, okay, his legs do not let him stand. They will be glued down onto a base, so he will be fine, but otherwise he just goes. So that's fine. Look, they didn't spend as much time on him. He's not the leader. Put head on. There we go. Okay, and while he just lays down, takes a nap, we can take the blades. So which blades are these? Arms 28, 29. This is the wrong sprue. This sprue does not have the arms. This sprue has the arms. 28, 29, right here. I still find it funny. When I went to go buy a lot of my... Oh, wow, the model is fucking up. Hang on, I think my webcam went down just a bit. Oh, it could also just be me moving, because I don't really have the webcam on a good position. Okay, let's hope that that's a bit better. The worm had an aneurysm for a moment, it's okay. Everybody who plays Warhammer has awful mental disorders. I can attest. I am a Warhammer player. Let's see, and the blades were 38 and 39, which should be on this one. Yep. I was thinking, because I'm radcore, the classic color for the blades is a blue, and I think I might actually go with green because of rad zone, just to kind of give that feel of like radiation, because I'm going to do all my plasma weapons in green as well. So I just thought it would make more sense, seeing as I'm going to have the rest of the army have green energy. Why not have the Sicarians also have green energy? God, I need to get better clippers. These are just like the shitty... Oh, these aren't even the Army Painter ones. Yeah, the Army Painter ones suck so much I just went to like Home Depot and got a pair of clippers. And they work. I mean, they're fine. They're just... This is not what they were meant to do. So they make some pretty imprecise cuts, but they work in the end. I'm now seeing that the model is not happy when I move. It's fine. Jumping worm is fine. Jumping worm is fine as long as the models get built. Yeah, there we go. I'm not too worried about the blades having anything really messed up with them. If we accidentally cut like a piece off of the blade, it just looks like battle damage. Or just like wear and tear, because yeah, I'm assuming these rust stalkers don't get much time back home. Okay, backpack's good, head's good, legs feel sturdy enough. Okay, let's get his arms on. Oh, I wish I would have, because their arms feel interchangeable, but they are not. Oh, interesting, I see. Okay, his arm actually is going backwards, so the blade is going behind him. I like that, we'll do that. Gives them more of that mechanical, what the fuck did the Mechanicus do to these things aspect. Let's see, it looks like it's trying to go. Actually, now I'm looking at it, that may not be at all what it wanted, but I'm doing it anyway, because it looks inhuman, and I like that. This one, right? Yeah, there we go. That is going to be a bitch to paint because of, I'm now realizing it's going behind the backpack, but I don't care, that's fine. I think it works well to, again, give that, like, these things are not human anymore, they do not move human, they do not have to abide by our limits. They're mechanical now, they can do whatever they want. The Omnissiah has graced them with power.
Beautiful.
Oh, that would explain it. I put the wrong arm. Well, too late. Let's keep going. That's why it's touching the backpack a bit, is because I put the wrong arm. Look, it wouldn't be me making Warhammer stuff if there wasn't scuff. gets glued well. Okay, and oh shit. Oh, he stayed together. Nice. Could we actually flip that? No. Okay.
Beautiful.
There we go. Decent. This is getting more glue on my fingers by the second, but that's okay. There we go. There. Second, arms are fucked up, but that's fine. I kind of like the... kind of looks like he's wildly flailing, which kind of works for a coked up soldier. Oh shit, with the... that's funny, with the arms actually like that. He stands. Oh no, never mind. No, he doesn't. It's because his backpack. The backpacks have a little nod that's kind of acting like a third point of contact to the ground. That's funny. All right. Next one, we got 2 more to go, and then we have the Princeps, which is the leader. He fell again. How dare. What body is this? This is body number 10. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, because it can't be the Princeps body. Yep, 10. Okay. File that in a minute. Legs 10, no, oh wait, no, not 10, 11 and 12. Legs 11 and 12. There they are. I wasn't a big fan at first of their like hooved feet, but I kind of like it now because their rules are that they get this unnatural, I think it's literally called a natural gait, and it's like they run just faster than any other Mechanicus unit could run, and it's just because they've been modified this heavily and pumped full of so many just chemicals that they're ready to just go and kill. the backpack, 19. Let's see. 19, right here. Am I crazy? No, it's right here. I lost track of what I was doing. I also didn't really have a way to check. Well, I could have checked, but I was lazy. I didn't check how audio would be while doing all this, so I apologize. It was just a bunch of scraping. But if so, I will try to find a way to fix that. Okay, I'm happy with that. And just gotta make sure these legs are as smooth as possible. There we go. Okay, let's see. Body. Oh, we forgot to file away some of the pieces of the body. How does this one's like go? Because it looks like it's got an interesting little divot. Let's see if the leg actually lines up. So this would be the right leg. Oh my god, it does. Wow, that actually fits perfect. Okay, that's the best leg mold so far. Wow, that fits awesome. Okay. This one is, oh, I see why. He is meant to be kind of hunched very far forward. I like that. We'll try to get that. No promises. I've already messed up one model. He still looks fine. He's just... he can be the special Sicarian. They give him a gold star every time he gets back. all the other Sicarians want gold stars, but they know if they say they want one, they're gonna get scrapped. Belisarius' Call goes out and gives each one a gold star anyway. Okay, there's his horse leg. Looking good, looking good. And how does his other horse leg go? That also fits very nicely. Okay. Yeah, horse leg McGee here. Best model so far. Very happy with him. Sorry, this one is a bit finicky, so I am focusing on not moving my hands, which is surprisingly hard. Okay, yeah, I see how it stands. It stands pretty well. He's going to be hunched forward, which will be interesting because it looks like the way it wants the blades are they're going to be pointed backwards, which will be cool. Kind of like he's running to a kill. Let's get the backpack on. Now we just do the Warhammer thing of waiting. Oh, I forgot. Along with bringing 50 Scutari Rangers, which is technically a Mechanicus sin because Vanguards are objectively better, but I don't care. I like the way Rangers look. So 50 Rangers, which also bringing that many infantry is a bit much, but I love my Rangers, so I'm taking them. I'm also taking 2 Scorpius Disintegrators, which anybody who knows what those are will go, well, that's not too bad. I mean, they're not the best, but they're not the worst. Yeah, I'm taking them with the Belarus Energy Cannon, which is the indirect fire, non-armor, or non-vehicle killing one, because I already have 3 Onager Dune Crawlers with neutron lasers, which... those fire 3 shots that all do like d6 plus 2 damage. So I feel like I have anti-vehicle coverage, especially because every single Scutari Ranger squad is going to have an arc rifle. So, okay, this guy's going to be really cool, but he's not going to stand on his own, I feel like. Let's get his head on, and then we'll get the other parts of him. I keep wanting to check my phone, and then I go, oh wait, where's my phone? Right here. And with the way it's attached to the arm mount I have it on, there's no way I'm checking it anytime soon. Okay. Let him just, he can take a nap. He can lay down. Oh wait, one of the blades is going to be behind him. The other blade is going to be in front, it looks like. Okay. So, arms 33 and 32. Are there? Now that I realize how slow I build, I might do a lot of these actually off stream, and then when I actually start painting is when I'll still assemble stuff, but 43, 42, those are the blades. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked. We will, I'll show the painting because I'm actually going to be using a paint scheme I saw on a YouTube video, but I'm going to change it just a bit because I am not a professional painter and I do not own an airbrush and I do not wish to own an airbrush. They are cool, they work great, but I've just never been interested. I mean, I actually, like, my definition of getting serious about this was I bought a wet palette because I never used a wet palette before, and I was like, that's getting serious, not airbrush. This should just pop out. Yep. There we go. Just a little bit to file off here. Perfect. Smooth enough there. These are the ones that kind of kill me a bit, are the swords, because they get some pretty hard to get rid of pieces, but I can just kind of chip off some of the excess, which is nice. And then I can just go in and clip a tiny bit. And if I grab any extra, it just kind of looks like the blade is dulled in some places. Which isn't bad, that's not an awful way to have it look. Okay. Let me get this one right this time. Okay, so the more bent arm goes on the right. The more angular arm goes... Oh, actually it does look like it goes in the front. Oh, I see. The angular arm is the one that would go where the blade goes backwards. So let's make sure we get the right one for that, because I do want that. That looks sick. So cool. Okay, yep. So those two go together, these two go together. Let's do the cooler one first. Looks like the shoulder is very much pointed out. Okay, now we just wait. Shit. I said wait, and then I moved my hand, so it did not go through. There we go. Okay, that should bind pretty decently. Get the other arm on. We'll give that arm time to dry just a bit, just so that we can, that should be fine actually. There's another space here I should have clipped, but I didn't. It looks like it'll be covered pretty well, so Should be okay. Let me quickly look through. Nope, those are my Vallejos. Those are also my Vallejo paints. Yeah, all the other paints I would really want to show right now are currently blocked. I have this stuff, which is pretty interesting. This, just sand. And I have some PVA glue to put with it, but, that's what was on the... on this, that kind of stuff right there, that looks kind of like just a pile of shit. I don't know how much I like it. It adds some detail, like some 3D detail, but I don't really know. I might mess around with it on characters and like vehicles, but I think for the more lowly, just kind of like grunt units, I'm gonna just keep it to just the Martian iron crust and Martian iron earth paint with some like skulls and rocks and stuff. Okay, that is done. Let's get his blade. Yeah, that'll fit perfect. Nice. To make sure my head's not like poking through. Okay, good. I want to make sure I wasn't just blocking everything with my head because I'm leaning like forward like a hunchback right now. Oh yeah, I look back at the camera. That's a wonderful view I have going of a hooved foot and my fingers. Yeah, that's fun. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to like get this to. There we go. Yeah, see, there we go. So his blade will be going behind him. And I can, once he dries, I'll clip up some of the excess, but yeah, that'll be nice. And then his other one will just be pointing forward, or up. Yeah, I really like these guys. I was debating if I should take them over the infiltrators. And the infiltrators, of course, have, well, the infiltrate rules. Duh. So they're allowed to start anywhere on the board more than, I want to say it's 9 inches away from the enemy deployment zone. And enemies, I think. But, I just didn't want to deal with it. I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, I've never been the biggest fan of that. I'm more of the, I like the guard idea of playstyle, but I don't want to play guard. I want to have a lot of infantry, I want to have tanks, I want to have specialist, and this I need to clip something. There's something in the way. There we go. Okay. That worked. With primer on, they'll all look better. Oh no, my Sicarians. They're falling. Ooh, I like that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a really good view of it, but when he's flat, he is like running. It looks like he's at full sprint, and I really like that. He's gonna fall over every time, so we're just gonna... He wiped out. We'll just have him there on the ground. Oh god, they're all falling now, except for the first one. The first one, who's funnily enough was the one I thought was like the most fucked, is he's fine. They're all Australian breakdancers right now. Just let him lean on his sword. Okay. Next one is body 13. Up here. Then it is legs 14 and 15, which are right here. Okay, 14, 15. The backpack is 20, which are on this one. Backpack number 20, here it is. It's on the bottom here. Oh, the head. I forgot the head. I keep trying to make headless abominations. 25. Right there. Ooh, that is a very tiny cut. We're just gonna clip that or conservatively, that way we can just grind it down with a file to make sure none of that detail is lost, because it's a really good head. I really like all of these Sicarian skulls. They're really cool. Just to be petty, I might actually put some infiltrator skulls out as well. Oh, that's actually supposed to be there. Cool. There's not actually much we need to do here besides clip just a tiny bit off of this filter of his like mask. And then just file that down just a tiny bit. There we go. Next. The canisters on the backpack, which I want to have filled with drugs, beautiful drugs. So many beautiful drugs. Mechanicus drugs. Oh yeah, funny story while I get these hooves filed down. Yesterday, me and my mom went to a shooting range, and it'd been a while since either of us had shot anything, so we were like, we'll try, like, because we were looking to see if there was anything we wanted to buy, and one of the instructors is like, hey, I can, like, because you're renting, I have to go out there with you anyway, I can just give you a, like a quick rundown and stuff. And we're like, yeah, sure, we don't need, like, basics, but it'd be nice just to have, like, a refresher on some stuff. And he goes, yeah, sure, of course. We get out there, he takes us through all the normal, you know, everything he has to say, go through. And, I get done firing my few number of rounds I went through. He is like, okay, yeah, they're pretty good, remember this, breathe out, yada, yada, yada. And my mom goes up, and she had a target up, and fires 4 rounds, all at crotch level. And she was like, oh, did I do bad? And the guy is just wincing, just like, no, maybe just maybe don't. And then he couldn't really find a fault in it in the end. He was just like, it's fine. And just was like, that will indeed stop, like, if somebody tried to, like, hurt you. And he's like, but and he's just desperately trying to, like, find anything, and he just goes, you know what, never mind, keep doing what you're doing. And when we took the targets home, we realized every single shot she made was either, like, radically off target or a crotch shot. Like, she had dick shots every time. And it was amazing, but terrifying, because everybody else around us in, like, other aisles are sitting there going, like, oh my god, just looking at it. And, like, one of the workers who, because you have to check out from the range, you have to make sure everything's, like, because we were doing a rental, so we had to make sure it was back to them, make sure all the ammo's back and everything, and the targets and everything, make sure everything, show them everything's fine, everything's clear. And they're sitting there going, who did that? And my mom's like, me? And they go, divorced? And she goes, yeah. And they go, thought so. And that just, like, immediately broke all of the, like, tension. It was nice. And yeah, they were just like, well, you gotta work on it, but goddamn, that is terrifying. Like, the amount of just, oh god, she demolished the paper target. I felt bad for the paper target. But yeah, that was something that happened yesterday. And then this morning, we woke up, and it was like, we both worked night shift at a hospital. So, you know, we get up, and it's like, okay, it's now 10 a.m. That's like we're trying to wake up earlier, and we're barely alive at 10. Like, we can barely do anything at 10 in the morning. And we're like, McDonald's breakfast sounds great right now. And we hadn't had McDonald's breakfast in a long time, because night shift, we just were never awake that early. And we know on Sundays it's like 11, I think, is when they stop breakfast. But we get in the car, we get there, and the drive-through was just so long, we just canceled the order and put in an order for it to be picked up at the window inside. So we go inside, and there's a person just asleep in one of the booths, and we're like, is that a worker? Is that just somebody? Like, what's going on there? So we see some guys already telling a worker, and don't really hear what he says, but it's obviously like he's just trying to be like, hey, I'm not trying to bother you or anything, it's just there's somebody out there, like, sleeping on your booths. And the worker goes over, instead of, you know, what I would imagine, which is trying to, like, talk to the person first, just goes over to them and starts hitting them. Just hitting them. This is just a person asleep in a McDonald's. They're just asleep in a booth. A McDonald's booth. They're just asleep. And they wake up just getting beat with, I don't actually know what it was, but it looked like a newspaper, but I don't think it was. It was something. Anyway, manager is just beating this person, and nobody questions it because this is Florida. You don't question shit in Florida. You just let it ride, and not our problem. We wanted our breakfast, so we're trying to get our breakfast. Random person is asleep on the McDonald's bench, getting beaten by a manager, and they start going out the door. And the minute they get to the door, maybe not immediately, but still a family is coming through the door by the time they're trying to get out. And the family, doing what most families would do, immediately the father just decks this guy, thinking like, oh, random dude running at my family. So he just decks him, and the manager like stops and just goes, thank you, and then just everybody starts clapping, and we're like sitting there like, what, like, did we not know something? Was that guy like a frequent like just nuisance here? Like, what, why is everybody clapping for this man just getting beat? And but you know, on the outside we're not doing anything because, again, Florida, you do not question things. So we're just like, oh yep, that's fine, and we got our food and left. And the worker got mad at us because they fucked up our drinks, and we asked them to correct it, and it took them so long to just get it was one drink. My mom just wanted an orange juice, and they didn't give it to her, and she was like, you missed this. And they argued with us like the entire time, and then we finally just got it through to her, like, look, there's a whole line of people behind us, and you could just solve this, like, it's on the ticket, like, just it's right there. We're not trying to scam you, it's just you're kind of running out of time until breakfast is over, and we know how pissy people get when breakfast is over and they refuse to serve people, because we have been the pissy ones. So we were trying to plead with this person to be like, hey, just get your priorities straight. And they did in the end, which was nice. Were we being a bit rude? Oh yeah, definitely, but it's McDonald's. Every chain is gonna make you... going into any like fast food chain changes you a bit. Kind of like going to a Waffle House, but not as drastic. Going into a Waffle House turns you into like a Jekyll and Hyde scenario. And yes, Waffle Houses are as bad as the stories are made out to be. They also have some really weird training, like training videos and stuff. Oh, hang on, let me... I need to stop doing this, but the cat is asleep in his pumpkin. Hold on. The camera's gonna shake a lot. Stolas. Oh, he's conked out. He is gone. He is gone to the world. There he is. He's mad. He's mad I woke him up. That's fair. That is a fair thing to be angry with. I just can't help it messing with him sometimes. That's probably not a good trait. I constantly mess with my cat son. Plus I keep messing up the camera because I just keep undoing and redoing it. Good enough. Pumpkin out already and it's not even October? Hell yeah. I love Halloween. Also, we saw it on like Amazon and we're like, we're getting it. There we go. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, more wonky not Scutari, these are Sicarians. Wonky Sicarians. Good old wonky Sicarians. I love them. Alright. This one should be fine. Oh, actually, I forgot. I still need to do some filing because I did some very rough cuts here. This is gonna be a fun army. It's not gonna be a good army, but it's gonna be a fun army to run because if these Sicarians get into a fight, like if they don't lose a model, and which is rare, but say they make it to a group with, we'll say Abaddon. Let's say that they meet a group of legionaries with Abaddon. They can direct 50 attacks with devastating wounds, all at Abaddon, which is insanity, and I love it. Now, it's rare that they make it that far, but still, they're a fun unit. I love Sicarians. Okay, let me see. Looks like... Okay, book is just saying the arms are just gonna go normal. They're both gonna be facing forward. I'm fine with that. Because after this, we get to do the precepts? I don't remember what the guy's called. The leader of the squad. Now the fun part. Holding plastic on plastic until it binds. Also finding the proper way to get it seated on there. Let's hope. But yeah, I'm hoping that this list that I threw together is... I'm not expecting it to do great. I'm just expecting it to be... I want to survive round 1 and then just have radiation fall everywhere else. I think that'll be fun. Okay, that arm is fine. This arm needs to be shaved down. Not a lot, just a bit. That'll work. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the Sicarians, I'm fine painting them fully assembled. The Rangers have cloaks, which I really don't want. Like, the leader of the Sicarians has 1 cloak, so that's fine. The Rangers all have cloaks, so that's gonna be a bit annoying. Let's leave that to dry. But this one, he has the cloak, but it's very open. It has the part down the middle, so I can paint in between that. That'll be fine. The primer I'm getting actually soon for them is gonna be that same kind of bone white color, so that'll hopefully make that easier to deal with. And yeah, the rest of them don't have that, so they're pretty open. I can paint them pretty easily. And I'm not going for like professional level paint or anything. I'm just having fun with it. It's a hobby. Ooh, we actually have a little bit of breathing room to determine how we want these. I like their blades being all different angles. Mostly because I just think of them as like the weird robotic assassins that are just so fucking weird, but I love them. And they're really here to facilitate drawing Assassinate. That's my hope. Is that I will draw Assassinate, and then they will get to go after a somebody like Abaddon, or somebody like I feel bad. I keep saying Abaddon because I have a friend who has Abaddon. So I just keep yelling about like, oh yeah, we're gonna murder Abaddon, but probably not. Abaddon's pretty scary in melee, but should be fine. I have a lot of sniper rifles because of rangers. Alright, time for the... It is a Princeps. Okay. Let's see, legs 8 and 9. With my cheap fucking Home Depot cutters, which actually have been, they're not awful. They're working fine. I had some from like actual Citadel, and I hated them. They were awful. Then I had some from the Army Painter. I hated those too. And the only ones I like are the cheap Home Depot like cutters. Oh wow, this one actually has pants. Whoa. That's how you know he's high ranking. He has actual pants. Not a lot of pants, but pants. So hang on, that says these will lock together like oh, I have them the wrong way. There we go. Or I'm just crazy. Hold on. How do these fit together? How are the knees going? Knees are going out. Hold on. This one's going back. This one's going forward. No, it's not. It is going this way. I just realized this is all... I just have pushed myself so far back that none of this is happening, but that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out how these legs... We'll figure that out in a minute. Let's cut the rest of what we need out. 92. Oh, there it is. The giant flowing cape. Or part of the cape, anyway. Okay, and then 93 and 95. Oh, there's 93. There's his head. I'm very happy they fixed Radcore. Because Radzone Core was bad in the index, and now Radzone Core is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Because you can't just avoid damage anymore, which is nice. God, I kind of fucked up the head a bit. It's not awful, but it's just a bit rough. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Where I wish I had my X-Acto knife. I don't remember where it is. Which is not a good thing. I should really remember where my things are, but I don't, so we're stuck here. All this will come out with, or will look better when it's primed. Just need to get rid of some of the more protruding pieces. Good enough. Okay. That should be fine, that should be fine. Okay. Let's tackle how these legs go together. Oh, that might help. Actually, filing these down will be smooth. There we go. Smooth and... smooth-ish. Oh, like that. Okay. I see how they work now. I just had to feel it. If I can just get the legs to be able to stand and then sit like that. There we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, looking ahead into the rules, how the pieces go together, I see why this has to be like this. Still doesn't want to stay together yet. It's just giving a bit of trouble. Okay. Looks like that's staying. Now we just need this. This is that front armor segment. Right there. There we go. Okay, now we just hold that. Actually, that immediately. Never mind. I forgot how super glue worked. Come on. Fit well, damn you. There we go. I just want to get my finger away from there. There we go. That way I don't get any more super glue on. Looks very rough, but again, with primer and a bit more, like I'll do a once over on all these to make sure they're fine. They don't have to be perfect, they just have to be cleaned up a bit. Okay, then the back and the head. Let's get a little bit of glue just in the cape area. That way it just sticks just a bit better. Falling all over the place. Okay, and then the head surprisingly says we can put the face on and then the back. So they don't need to be put on beforehand. So will that stay like that? Hold on. So will the mask... I think it will. A little bit more. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, leave that. And we need to find the back of his head, which is 95. I think. $96. Sorry, I can't read. Might as well cut out the others while the rest dries. 94. Why am I so bad at finding things? There it is, found it. Okay. Oh, it's just another backpack. I should have just looked at what it was instead of the number. And then we need 100, which is the only one of its kind, so it's very easy to find. I always forget this Princeps guy actually gets the Chord call? I don't remember what it's called. He gets his he gets a weapon no matter what. Like the anti-infantry weapon no matter what. Okay, then let's see, he needs just trying to see where oh, these are backpack mounted. Oh, okay. 99, 98. I was getting confused because of the way the arms looked, but that makes sense. These aren't his actual arms. These are little backpack mounted arms. These should be pretty dry so we can throw on some glue and put on the back of his head. Might use green stuff later to make that a more or a better bind, but for now it's okay. Then his backpack. His backpack is a little annoying because, there we go. If I hold it like that, that should be fine. Let me see what the box has him with. The transonic blades. Okay, it has them with everything. Alright. Fuck it, we might try that. Okay, so was 99, we need 98. I forgot to cut out the... There it is. I forgot to cut out the other transonic blade. Hold on, did Spotify die? Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, Spotify almost died for a minute. Ooh, fuck, I almost fucked that up. I'm trying to cut this blade out, but it's a little finicky. It's not their fault, it's Amazon's fault, because the Amazon driver this is the last box of Sicarians I needed. And it is the very dented box. And luckily none of the pieces were really dented except for like one sprue. So, yeah, sounds about right, yeah. And, yeah, so that was a slight issue. Okay, let's clean this up just a bit. Again, any major chipping we have there would just kind of look like battle damage, so that's fine. And these go on his backpack. So let's see, this one goes on the left. It looks like it goes right on that little module. So it pointed down. Okay, yeah. I like the way that looks. Okay. Oh, the fun of Warhammer. Thinking you have a piece secured and then it just falls away. Okay, now I just have to hold this here for who knows how long. Okay. There's that, and shit. Let's just put you there. That is fine. Okay. Next piece. How does it want this? It wants this elevated, looks like. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. So, glue that. Just hold this blade. I just got more super glue on my fingers. No. Okay. I just have to hold this for a bit. There we go. Okay, let that set for just a minute. See if, oh shit. I turned him over and he, I don't know what this thing is. Whatever it is, it did not like that. It really did not like being turned. Yeah, it came completely off. Okay. It's fine. It's a small piece. I may have just put not enough glue as well. It's in a very wonky position, which is my fault, but we will get it somewhat right. This is like a weird little, I don't know what this thing is actually. I don't know enough about Sicarians to know what weapons the Princeps has. hope that's a strong enough bond. Are these doing okay? Yeah, these are doing fine. We just need this to bond, and then once this bonds, we can actually start making the actual weapon, or his actual arms, because these aren't even his arms, these are just his backpack weapons. Oh shit, I accidentally glued my hand to the model. There we go. Okay, now your turn. Let's hold it by the foot. The foot seems pretty stable. Or not, I need a better grip. There we go. And now we hope that this is actually touching what it needs to be touching and is bonding. Okay. The arms did not immediately explode off. That's good. Well, while those possibly dry, let's cut out the final arms and weapons. So it is arm 30. Huh. Probably just missed it because I am blind. 28, 29, 30, there it is. And then 31 as well. Actually, let's just do one weapon at a time. That way I don't mix up the hands like I've been doing on some of the other ones. Okay, which side is this? This is this side. It looks like the hand's going backwards. Okay. Oh wait, I see where that has to go. I had it going the wrong way. There we go. And with that, like that, the blade will be going backwards. Yeah, I like that. Okay. We'll give that some more time to dry, because we know that is the blade arm. And now to do the chored claw, which is arm 31 and claw 51. There's arm 31. And claw 51, which is right here. Needs to be filed down just a bit. Okay, just holding this claw on until it binds decently enough that I can let go. Actually, that looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, time to get the last transonic blade on. I just dropped the blade. Do it backwards? No, I don't. There we go. Might need to be filed down a bit more, I'm seeing. Yeah. Okay. This is very rough. I have almost ruined this guy's blade multiple times. But it should be okay now. And I'm just waiting for it to bind, because I've ripped it apart so many times with thinking it was done that the plastic's a little fucked up, but it should bind soon. There we go. Now we just need his claw hand. This is, by the way, why Mechanicus players are very protective of their models. They're so intricate and detailed, and one little problem could have them just split in two. And it wouldn't be your fault. It's the fact that the model is very fragile. Not fragile enough to, like, you touch it and it breaks, but, like, grabbing it from the wrong point and dropping it, or if it gets hit by something big, like, they will just shatter, whereas, like, a Space Marine Terminator, that thing's a fucking brick. It can take damage and be fine. I dropped a Scarabacle Terminator, and it actually just hit concrete. No problems. Looked like nothing happened to it. It was fine. I dropped a Necron Wraith one time. That thing exploded into pieces. There we go. Princep's done. That is actually the full squad of, well, not the full squad, I have to do another 5, but that is the squad of 5 from this box. Let's do a base. Let me just put them off to the side real quick, because I have some of their bases already just with a plain primer. Be the Princeps, so how do you sit on that base? Pretty well. Okay, so we got some room to, let's actually put you in the back so that we have some room in the front to do some stuff. Let's get a skull. Let's do an orc skull. And let's grab a tuft or two. Put some tufts there. Alright, I'm gonna have to open some of these, so the camera might get jostled a bit. I need, there they are. Martian Iron Crust. Martian Iron Earth. I always forget which one is which. I need my, this should be my Ushabti bone. Yep, Ushabti bone for the skull. This just a bit so I can get to my washes. Reichland Flesh Shade. Nuln Oil. Just in case we need it. And I do need my orange, if I can find it. There it is. And let's use my shitty terrain brushes, because I don't use actual brushes for terrain stuff. I only use some shit terrain brushes I got, because usually I would be putting like PVA glue, and I don't risk my normal brushes getting hit with that. But that does mean this is a lot less precise, but that's okay. It's terrain. I'm not trying to be fucking Van Gogh here. We'll put a rock. Let's put a rock. Let's find a rock that looks nice. That we can slap with some red. Maybe not. What about just a small, like, flat one? Almost like a, yeah. That could work. So yeah, if we had that and the orc skull there, and then the princeps there, and then some tufts behind him, and kind of like under him, or maybe the orc skull under, and then the tufts. Let me think about this. Maybe the orc skull behind, rock there, one or two tufts. Let's pull some tufts off. And like tuft there, and tuft there. Yeah, okay, that'll work. So let's take these off for now. And let's coat this thing in Martian. I have to open them to figure out which one's which. Okay, not iron crust, we need iron earth. These don't, I don't usually water these down too much because they're terrain, they're technical paints and they're terrain, so I kind of just lay them on thick. You don't have to. The people have like great technique. I don't really have technique. I just kind of go blind. I don't really care. It works good for what I need it for. That a moment. So we'll give that a moment to just do its thing. Then we'll slap on some iron crust around where we need it. Our goal is that it looks somewhat like preferably better, but something like that. Somewhat like that. That's the hope. Okay. While we're waiting for that to dry a bit, let's just slather this orc skull in shop T-bone. We will water this down a bit. Not a lot, just a bit on the brush. I'm not whipping out the whole wet palette for some just simple terrain stuff. There we go. We really just want teeth can be stained that little bit. We're gonna cover the skull in Nuln Oil to kind of fill in recesses. Sorry, I'm painting it away. I'm just trying to bit. We're not trying to cover every bit, because we can have some shade differences. The primer I used is a bone-ish color, so it almost acts like highlight. Not really, but it's cheap. Cheap man's highlight, poor man's highlight, lazy man's highlight. There we go. I have awful technique, but I'm fine with that. Okay. Tufts are fine the way they are. The rock can be slathered in some... We can actually put some just basic iron crust on that. Not iron crust, iron earth. Just to kind of make it a bit more red, because I think that's what I did with the other one. Because it doesn't have to be all of it. It just needs to have like that kind of like it's covered in Martian dust. Or a dead planet. I mean, I'm not really going for Mars, but I like red. Because it doesn't have to be entirely that color. It's going to get darkened anyway from a bunch of Reichland flesh shade and Nuln oil, so... Just make it look like it kind of belongs. Okay, a skull. How's this doing? It's getting there. Now that it's drying, it's getting that kind of streaky and kind of like grainy, because that's kind of what that technical paint does. And now we can layer on some iron crust. Okay, I may have put a bit too much there, but that's okay. Okay. I always mix those two paints up. I could have done those in the wrong order. Who knows? We'll figure it out. I'm not really going for perfection here. Let that dry for a bit, and what can we do in the meantime? I mean, I already covered the Orc Skull new Shabti, but I really do like this one, and there's another Demon Skull that I have already primed that I like. This one. It's a little, he's got a horn, that's what that weird outcropping is, but like that one. I kind of over-primed that one. I got a bit overzealous. I also have a Kroot Skull. I like the Kroot Skulls. Oh shit, dropped it. Good old Kroot Skull. And... Did I already throw back the... I did, okay. This is the base I'm going to do for this Skitarii Marshal, and this is kind of what we're hoping. I mean, the edges of this one are really sloppy, a lot of it's really sloppy, but it's okay. We're just waiting. Let's see, that is drying decent. If I remember correctly, the way this works, this should dry and the grit should kind of go away and it should crackle a bit. But worst comes to worst, it doesn't. I don't think if there's anything I want to do with this, with the tufts, to change them at all. I think I'm actually okay with them the way they are. So we'll leave that. Let's go ahead and hit another one with Martian Iron Crust. No, Iron Earth. Yes. Let me do a bit of an experiment actually. If I just kind of coat this one and leave it, will it crackle? Have I just been mixing these two technicals up this entire time? We'll kind of make it multiple lines, thick layers. There we go. Very rough, just to see what it does. We're gonna leave that one because I kind of forgot, and we'll clean up the edges when they're done, however they come out. I'm not gonna throw a fit over being wrong about which one does what, because we can always just argue they're on different terrain. We won't do a rock on that one. We'll just do more tufts. We will put a skull though. Let's put this one. And which Skitari will go there? Not Skitari. Skarian. Maybe not him. Oh, what about the runner? The runner is cool. I like him. We'll have him go. So he can get his base. He can get his base. I'm not gonna glue them on yet because I need to paint them, and then they get glued on. We're just seeing how when this dries. Okay. Yeah, it's not cracking, but I mean that looks pretty Martian, pretty rough terrain. I like that. Still needs some time. This one's still got some time to dry. So in the meantime, we get to do something fun. Not really, but it's something that is important. This is my bit box. It is filled with bits from all different types of models. I actually need to clip these sprues completely, but there's not that much in here. There's some Knight stuff, some Thousand Sun stuff, Necron, Chaos, part of a giant chainsword. There's a bunch of stuff in there. And now it's just clipping the excess pieces into there. So while we wait for those to dry and see what they do for science, we will put the tufts back on here. We can just cut out some of these. Like these are some like scarabs I had left over from, I want to say this was the monolith. No, I see gauze flares on here. This was a warrior sprue. I think what really stopped me from playing my Necrons a lot was my Necrons, they took away my Nemazor Xandric and Vargard Oberyn. Can't have them anymore. They don't count as being models. They got legacied, and that made me sad. Because Nemazor Xandric had a funny little ability of somebody about to use a stratagem and him just going, no. And they would go, what do you mean no? And you go, I'm Nemazor Xandric. I say no. And you could take him with Imatech, who just gave you command points, which was nice. Now command points are pretty easy to get, because you get 2 every battle round. 1 at your command phase, 1 in your opponent's. We're doing rough cuts here. These are just trying to throw these in as fast as we can. But yeah, I have this bit box I will take whenever I go to, like, there's a little comic shop where sometimes I'll go to build these, and there are some people there that'll be like, God, I really wish I had like this or that, and I'll just pull out like a fucking monolith death beam or death laser I wasn't using. Death ray, that's what it's called, death ray, and just be like, here, take it. And that's kind of one thing about the Warhammer community I like, is people tend to just kind of be nice to each other when building. When playing the game, everybody's kind of a bit of a dick, but you know, if you play with friends, it's fine. The game is great. Do that one later, because I want these. These are what I really want. I know I have a friend who would love these. The stub carbines, the power weapons, I think these are flechette blasters and stuff like that, plus the taser goads. Like, I have a friend who, he plays orcs. He loves taking other races' weapons and using them, so we'll get these to him. Oh, also he likes using the, like, Mechanicus backpacks and stuff like that, the power packs from Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines to make some really interesting orc war wagon things and, like, decorations. He took actually a part of a knight kit that I was finished with and turned it into, like, a knight head that was the, like, body of a Gorkanaut. Or Gorkanaut? I don't remember. I'm not an orc player. I don't know their models that well, but yeah, he just loves taking all this stuff, and I'm not really gonna do anything with it, so might as well just save the bits and give them. Plus, when I first started, when I first started collecting, a lot of the stuff I built was actually from kit bashing, which I don't do a lot of now, but just, like, my uncle and his friends played a lot, and he would just be like, hey, the guy said you could add this, and it was just a box full of Necron, Eldar, Tau, and stuff like that, and I loved Necron stuff, so I would just make Necrons with, like, Eldar heads that they could, like, stomp on, because fuck Eldar. But I don't know, I've been playing the game. I don't really say at, like, which edition, because I played with family who kind of just made up rules. So then I had to relearn the game for how it actually worked. And then for all the editions, like 10th edition came out, and, like, now had to relearn that. And I like 10th edition right now. I think it's in a good place. I kind of hope it stays this way. But yeah, it's getting to an interesting point. Okay, that's getting there. It's looking more and more Martian as it goes on. This one, which is just the Iron Earth, it's not really looking how I want it. So I think I was right that I'm gonna do this and then the Iron Crust, and that's just so that, because the Iron Crust tends to kind of, like, we put it all the way to the edges, it's shrinking, and if there's any, like, holes in it, the Iron Earth peeks through. So that's good. We'll leave those there for now. I just want to get a few more of these clipped. But yeah, my current hope for this is I want to build this army, and then I want to take it to a few just casual, friendly games, at the local comic shop, and then see if it performs decent, and then see if there's any tournaments around. Because I don't expect to win, but I think it would be pretty funny to bring a Mechanicus list with 50 Skitarii Rangers and 20 Sicarian Ruststalkers and just see how far I can make it. I don't really have any like infiltration units or anything, so I'm gonna really be at the whim of the cards. Gotta believe in the spleen of the cards. And I really gotta avoid melee, because melee fucks me up. I mean, the Sicarians are a good anti... Well, they have to get into melee first, to be honest. They're not good at surviving melee, but they're good at dealing melee damage. Okay, that's enough of those for now. Let's just put those over here. Let's see how these are coming. Shiny, but it's dry enough for what we needed. Let me just quickly throw away the... Not throw away, let me just put away the bit box. There we go, bit box gone. Alright. I'm not gonna PVA glue this, we're just gonna super glue it because this is just a simple piece of terrain. And we can brush over that with some more stuff later to make it look a bit better. One of the tiny ones, there it is. The main reason I'm waiting, by the way, on painting like these, I don't have the right primer and I'm missing one of the paints. They're coming from Amazon. There was a hurricane in Florida, so all Amazon deliveries got kind of backtracked. So that made me sad. But I thought I could at least show like assembling a few models, do some basic basing. That's good enough. Okay. Finish that one later. For now, actually use this one. These are just my terrain brushes that I don't really care too much about. Get a lot of Reichland Flesh Shade. I had to make sure I wasn't using Agrax or Shade. I want Flesh Shade for this. That's not enough. I need more. There we go. This will just shade the ground, make it a bit darker, which I like. Still, I'm being impatient. I just moved a bit of the actual... Actually, that might make it look a little better. Might add some texture. I want to try to avoid the skull. I should have actually done this before I put all the tufts and everything, but I'm impatient. A little bit more. Have it kind of pool in some areas. There we go. gonna be perfectly honest, I do not know how to properly use these shades and paints. I just found some stuff that, like, through messing around, made me feel like I was like, oh, that looks okay. And that's basically what I'm doing. None of this should really be copied. This is all just stuff I do that I like on my models that I don't expect anybody else to do. Watch a tutorial, actually do like what they do and what they say to do. You could probably follow this step. Put Nuln Oil on a skull so it highlights the recesses in the skull. That's about as much tips as I can give. Everything else I'm basically just doing off the cuff, just trying to do because I go, it worked on this model, might as well see if it works on this one. We'll put Nuln Oil on the rock, see if that gives it a bit more definition. Let's use the bigger brush actually for the rock. I just wanted the tiny brush for the skull, but make sure all the Reichland flesh shade is out of that. That's a bit too much. Nuln Oil also helped darken the areas we didn't hit with red because I was lazy. And if a little bit gets on the bottom, that's fine because it can simulate shade. Might actually not even use the orange. I was gonna try to use some of this orange as like a dry brush, but we'll see how it dries. It's not done, it needs to dry, but we'll see how that goes. And just to make sure, we're not gonna put them directly on it. I just want to make sure if I were to like hover him over, yes, okay, his feet will have room so that his foot's gonna be kind of like in the grass, but that's okay. He'll have the orc skull behind him, the rock and tuft in front, and then he'll have like a foot kind of like touching this tuft, which is fine. I think that'll look fine. So that'll be the Princeps. And then for Runny Boy, let's get the Iron Crust. I like to pile this stuff on thick. I've seen people do like amazing things with technical paints. Then I'm over here just coating a base in it, and it is just, it looks awful, but then it dries and it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look bad either once it dries. It just, the process to get to that point, because I don't know the proper techniques. I don't really care enough to see. I just like having fun with this. A little bit of water got in there, but it's fine. Funnily enough, mistakes tend to actually make pretty interesting designs for terrain. Okay, we gotta let that sit. This has actually been a short time, but I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm gonna go get food. So let me find somebody to raid. See if anybody I follow is up at the moment. Oh, Az is up playing God of War. We will raid him. Thank you for showing up. I have been Bap, and I will see you all next time.